8 NXT rookies, 8 WWE pros, 1 dream.
Be the WWE's next breakout star.
Welcome everyone to NXT. And last week, David A-List Otunga won the Seal the Deal Challenge and earned the right to face any pro of his choosing. And Otunga selected his own pro, R-Truth. That match takes place tonight.
The pressure's on big time tonight for the 8 NXT rookies. To explain why, here's our host, Matt Striker.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome NXT Rookies! Now, gentlemen, this is it. For the past few months, all of you have busted your humps trying to impress not only the WWE pros, not only everyone in the WWE locker room, but the WWE Universe as well. And now the time is upon us, because next week, the pros poll will be revealed, and one of you will have your dreams crushed, your hearts broken, because next week, one of you rookies will be eliminated. Now, last week, we had the Seal the Deal Challenge, and nobody did it better than A-List David Otunga. David has earned a match against a pro of his choosing, and David has chosen his very own pro, R-Truth. Gentlemen, you've had matches against each other. We've tested your mental and physical ability. But the one thing about being a WWE superstar is overcoming obstacles. And tonight, we have the Obstacle Course Challenge. I will tell you your prize after I explain the challenge very quickly. You will start hand over hand on the monkey bars. From there, you will climb the suspended ladder and ring the bell. You will then make your way around ringside, over the security barricades, up the stairs through the WWE Universe onto the concourse. You will then have to drink a beverage, a soda, perhaps diet, make your way back down to the ring, juggle for 5 seconds, come over to this baseball bat, and do the Dizzy Bat Challenge before pushing that cart over the finish line. Whomever does all of this in the quickest time will receive perhaps the biggest prize since the inception of NXT. The winner of the Obstacle Course Challenge will receive an immunity pass. Now, this is important because next week, one of you will be ranked in 8th place. The 8th place is eliminated. But if you have that immunity pass, you are therefore immune, and whomever is ranked right before you will then be eliminated. Now, Daniel Bryan, you are currently ranked first. You had a grueling contest against former World's Heavyweight Champion Batista last night on Monday Night Raw. And because of that gritty performance, Daniel Bryan, you are up first in the Obstacle Course Challenge. Make your way to the monkey bars, Daniel.
Be interesting to see how Bryan performs last night after he suffered the 3 Batista bombs. I could say I enjoyed it last night, the hands of Batista.
Well, bear in mind that Daniel Bryan is indeed injured.
I understand he's been sick for a
Come
few
on, man.
weeks
Suck
too.
those ribs up. Let's go. Ready, set, go.
So again, first the monkey bars to start things off here, and gingerly making his way, of course, because of the bruised ribs. Josh, in my estimation, this is real important for Daniel Bryan here tonight. He's yet to win a match on NXT, and he hasn't won a competition yet. And really see the effects of last night's beatdown by Batista.
This is a testament to Daniel Bryan and how badly he wants to be the next breakout star here in the WWE, competing here in the obstacle course challenge.
Well, Bryan will be the first to tell you it's been a long, hard road for him, Josh. 10 years in the so-called minor leagues to get to this point today, and he's going to do all he can to try to win this competition. Trying to give it all here. You see the clock, 40 seconds and counting. Bryan will establish the time to beat since he's the first one out of the box here in the obstacle course. Now, from what we understand, he's going to have to drink a beverage.
Drink it all.
Do vegans drink soda?
Yeah, they just don't eat meat. You heard the official saying you have to drink it all. I think he said he doesn't like soda. He's a weirdo.
Not everyone drinks soda, Cole.
Well, most people do, Josh. This guy doesn't watch television. He sleeps about 12 hours a night. He's got a bad digestive system. And he doesn't eat meat. But yet he's an athlete.
Very impressive athlete as well.
It's like he's sipping tea. Does he realize the clock is now at 1:38 and counting? At this rate, we'll be into the elimination week already next week.
Perhaps the ribs that are injured, causing Daniel Bryan to go slow with drinking the soda.
Speaking of ribs, this might be a rib on all of us. And Bryan finally finished with the beverage
Come on,
at
Daniel,
the 2-minute
come
mark.
on.
And gingerly making his way down the steps. Again, the next task for Mr. Bryan will be juggling.
Oh, have you ever juggled before?
No, not at all. Can't say I can do it. What's interesting, though, is
5, 4,
this is
3,
actually
2, 1, come on.
that's actually tossing. You need 3 balls to juggle. Look at Bryan. No shock he'd be good at that.
Bat races.
Now has to push his crate above across the finish line.
It's got to be killing the ribs of Daniel Bryan.
2:45.5.
2 minutes and 45.5 seconds. Daniel Bryan has set the time to beat.
Gonna be.
Awesome.
And here comes Daniel Bryan's pro, the United States champion, The Miz, and wonder what he has to say about his rookie's performance. Another standout performance by Daniel Bryan here tonight. That was a jest.
Are you kidding me? Really? Really? Any one of these people could have done better than you in that obstacle course. I could have ate 3 cheeseburgers, 2 hot dogs, drank a big gulp, watched the Cavs game faster than you did that obstacle course. And don't use your match with Batista as an excuse. You're representing me. You don't have excuses. You don't use injuries as excuses. Never. And I don't care if you're hurt, if you're tired. You're going to have a match where you put your winless record up against Michael Tarver's winless record. And let me tell you something. If you don't win that match, I can't see how the pros are going to advance you. I don't see how the pros are going to keep you in this competition. Do you understand what I'm saying? You're going to get eliminated. So you're going to have that match next. Get to the ring. Now!
Reverse psychology for The Miz.
Well, Daniel Bryan looks to overcome his injured ribs that he suffered as a result of a beating he took from Batista last night. It's Daniel Bryan one-on-one with Michael Tarver next. Welcome back to to NXT, and in honor of Mexican holiday Cinco de Mayo, WWE.com is highlighting the greatest luchadors in history, especially former world champions Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio. Celebrate Lucha Libre at WWE.com.
And we are back on NXT, ladies and gentlemen. Daniel Bryan set for action here tonight. And it's funny that Daniel Bryan's pro, The Miz, said moments ago, you don't use injuries as excuses. Because last night on Monday Night Raw, Miz came to the ring with a doctor's note after being KO'd by Big Show, said he couldn't compete versus Batista, so he placed his rookie, Daniel Bryan, in that spot.
And Daniel Bryan ran into a buzzsaw known as the Animal Batista. It was a beat-the-clock challenge. Daniel Bryan was game, but the Animal took care of the rookie. And after the match, there was even more from Batista to Daniel Bryan.
In all, Daniel Bryan would suffer 3 Batista bombs. Batista setting the time to beat. John Cena would later go on to beat that time. So now Cena on Raw this coming Monday night gets to set the stipulation for their WWE Championship match at Over the Limit. But now you're looking at the 0-9. That's right, 0-9, Daniel Bryan.
Of people who don't want
And here
to be
comes
cool.
the 0-7, Michael Tarver.
You know what cool is?
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing his opponent from Akron, Ohio, weighing 250 pounds, Michael Tarver.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I do believe that Michael Tarver has more riding on this match than Daniel Bryan, despite the fact neither has won a match on NXT. The reason is Tarver in the first pros poll was near the bottom of the rankings. Now, Josh, let me ask you a question. In the recent weeks, we haven't seen Michael Tarver participate in any of these rookie challenges, these competitions. Will he do so tonight?
I don't know. That's the honest answer. As far as Michael Tarver goes, you never know. Tarver's a loose cannon. He's trying to be the Spencer Pratt of NXT, but I think it's backfiring on Tarver. Like we mentioned, Tarver's 0-7, and you'd be a fool not to compete in our challenge tonight, the obstacle course.
And that's because if you win the obstacle course challenge, you get immunity, which means you can't be eliminated next week, the first week of eliminations on NXT. Michael Tarver. Look at how he's focusing on the injured ribs of Daniel Bryan. Great strategy by Tarver.
That's exactly what I'd do, too, if I were Michael Tarver, going after the wounds of Daniel Bryan. And obviously, one of these two are going to get their first win here. Oh.
Submission specialist Daniel Bryan saw him do this to Batista last night. Will he get Tarver to tap out and pick up his first victory in NXT?
Daniel Bryan, a submission expert.
And Bryan did have some guts last night when he grabbed the microphone from The Miz on Raw and said he was going to make Batista tap out. Almost did, as a matter of fact.
Smart move there by Michael Tarver. The right hand in the midsection slowed down Daniel Bryan. Ooh. And that will slow down Daniel Bryan.
Think about the pressure on the rookies, Josh, here this week. Last chance to impress, because you damn sure don't want to be the first rookie to be eliminated in the NXT competition. Not only would it be embarrassing, but these young men have worked their whole lives to get to this point. To lose in the very first week of elimination. And a guy like Daniel Bryan has toiled for over 10 years in the so-called minor leagues. In fact, he's been sick over the past 2 or 3 weeks, still coming out here to compete each and every week.
Again, a testament to how badly Daniel Bryan wants to be a superstar here in the WWE.
And Josh, for a guy like Michael Tarver, who has 5 children, he's worked 3 jobs to make ends meet. At one point, he was sleeping in his car. Here's the cover by Tarver and a kick out. He has put everything he has into being a part of NXT.
Really? Michael Tarver has?
Bryan and Tarver both looking for their first NXT wins. Who's going to pick up the ever-important victory? NXT returns. We are back on NXT. It is rookie Daniel Bryan versus rookie Michael Tarver. Neither has won a matchup at NXT yet, but Tarver is dominating, picking on the injured ribs of Daniel Bryan. Cover, 2 count, and a kick out.
And Michael, you said something stupid before the break. You said
Thanks.
that Michael Tarver has been giving it his all every week here on NXT. We've seen Michael Tarver walk out of competition after competition here on NXT.
Yeah, that was kind of stupid, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
You know, sitting next to you is wearing off.
Chris Jericho's right. Your commentary is mediocre.
Well, if mine's mediocre, then nonetheless, you see Miz at ringside, Daniel Bryan's pro, Carlito, Michael Tarver's pros at ringside too. And look at Bryan trying to get back into this matchup. Stinging kicks from Bryan. And Tarver is reeling. And Daniel Bryan, can he somehow capitalize? Coming up in just a few moments, the next participant in the obstacle course challenge here tonight. And here's Daniel Bryan, cover yet again in a kick out. Oh, look at armbar.
Beautiful submission here by Daniel Bryan. Cole, you mentioned the obstacle course challenge. Daniel Bryan set the pace at 2 minutes 45.5 seconds.
And look at Tarver trying to use his strength. Much bigger man. Oh, and Tarver right onto the injured ribs. And Carlito, you see him yelling at The Miz, saying that's what it's all about. Carlito, of course, the pro for Tarver. Their relationship has been somewhat shaky. Tarver and Carlito, a nice slam by Tarver. Looks to put Bryan away. Hook of the leg, can he do it? And he does! Tarver picks up his first win on NXT.
Here is your winner, Michael Tarver.
So Tarver Josh is now 1-7. Daniel Bryan falls to 0-10.
Nothing beats
A very important week coming up next week. One NXT rookie will be eliminated. Michael Tarver perhaps making an impression on the pros and the WWE Universe. Picking up his first victory is Michael Tarver.
Have to wonder what Carlito was saying to Tarver. Is he happy with what Michael Tarver did, or is he not? And what is this?
That's workmanship.
And Carlito with a backstabber. And Miz Neri lifting a finger to help his rookie, Daniel Bryan.
Do you expect anything else from The Miz?
Not at all. Fact of the matter is Daniel Bryan's 0-10. He has no support from his own pro, The Miz. And he's yet to win a rookie competition here on NXT. How will he do in the second pros poll next week?
I don't think that Daniel Bryan will be eliminated. Daniel Bryan was #1 in the first pros poll. Obviously, that was weeks ago. But Daniel Bryan, I don't think he's going to drop all the way down to 8 and be eliminated.
Well, we're going to find out. But the rookie challenge this week, the obstacle course. Last week, it was the Seal the Deal challenge where he had to sell programs. And NXT rookie Darren Young, he took sort of a unique approach to selling these programs.
Okay, Darren Young, $315, what you have to beat in 60 seconds. Ready, set, go.
Universe, help me out a little bit. Do you want to see CM Punk versus Darren Young? Let's go. CM Punk, Darren Young, I'm ready. I'm tired of this.
You're sick of this? Tell me exactly what you're sick of, huh? Are you sick of sitting under the learning tree of CM Punk? Is that what you're sick of? Is this how you repay me? Running your mouth? You want to fight me?
Listen, Punk. I'm just trying to make an impact. I'm trying to make a statement.
You will not make a statement using me. All right, you need to figure out who you want to be, what you are. You can start by winning the obstacle course challenge. Because if you don't, I'm going to make that decision for you.
Certainly an awkward conversation between the Straight Edge Society and Darren Young, almost an ultimatum from Punk to Darren Young.
Are you ready for some more obstacle course? Let's go to our guest host, Matt Striker. Take it away, Matt.
Ladies and gentlemen, the rookie obstacle course continues. Trying to win immunity, Heath Slater. Ready, set, go.
And here's Heath Slater. As a rookie, he has a 5-3 one-loss record. Remember, he has won a competition. He won the keg carry a couple of weeks ago and has been very impressive. Who will ever forget Heath Slater's monumental victory, perhaps the biggest in WWE history, over Chris Jericho.
What's up, baby?
Heath Slater's pro is Christian. There's the time to beat right there at the top right-hand side of your screen.
Likes to call himself the one-man rock band. Heath Slater, who now goes into the concourse area to drink a beverage. And from the looks of it, Heath Slater likes soda, unlike the vegan Daniel Bryan. Carbonation.
Heath Slater just ran all the way up the stairs through the concourse. You're winded, obviously. Drinking soda, obviously, isn't going to refresh you and like give you good stuff like electrolytes. That's what water gives you, and Gatorade and things like that. Cole, you don't know anything, do you?
When's the last time you ran up a flight of stairs? And here's Heath Slater coming down the stairs where he heads to the ring to do the juggling.
Got to get over the barrier first.
Remember, the time to beat 2:45.5, and unless Slater trips over himself,
4, 3,
he will
2,
shatter
1,
Daniel
come on.
Bryan's record. You used to do that as a kid, didn't you?
Bat races?
Still do.
Still do.
And Slater going to cross the finish line and, like I said, shatter Daniel Bryan's pace to beat.
A new leader, Heath Slater!
What a shock. Daniel Bryan loses again.
Okay, the obstacle course continues. Darren Young, ready, set, go!
And here's someone, Josh, who has improved immensely over the past number of weeks.
Start over.
As he has to start over again, cost him valuable time, some 5 seconds. But Young is 7-2. Stood up to the Straight Edge Society a couple of weeks ago. Had another run-in with his pro Punk here tonight.
Got to wonder if that's what's on the mind right now of Darren Young, the conversation between Young and CM Punk just a little while ago.
Darren Young struggling with the ladder, slipping
Whoa,
again.
whoa.
Can't quite get to the bell. And now Darren Young, at 30 seconds, must untangle himself and head up the stairs to the concourse. The time to beat again, minute 36.9, set by Heath Slater moments ago.
This is an opportunity right now for Darren Young to make up some time, drink that soda up in the concourse as quickly as possible, get down here, juggle, and get over the finish line.
Darren Young can still beat the time, but he's got to hustle. Almost at a minute. At this juncture, 36 seconds to go, but Young is really going to have to boogie here.
Well, the most difficult thing they've done so far, Cole, is drink the soda. It's a bit unusual.
Well, Darren Young's not going to do this, folks. We're at a minute 14 already. Minute 36 of time to beat. It looks like Heath Slater is going to still possess the time to beat as we roll along here on NXT. Can you imagine if Slater can also win this challenge here tonight? That'd be 2 rookie challenges for Slater.
That might not be soda they're drinking, Cole.
What do you think it is? I'll tell you what, during the commercial break, why don't you go up and sample it? By the way, it's over now. Darren Young will not. Ooh! He's been stumbling and bumbling all over. And perhaps you're right, Josh. The situation with CM Punk may be in his head.
Oh, I thought you were going to say I was right that it's not soda up there.
Oh, what do you think it is?
No, Darren Young's falling all over himself. You can draw your own conclusion.
Well,
We're still competing to impress the pros, come on!
Well, he did beat Daniel Bryan's time.
Heath Slater is still in the lead. The obstacle course challenge will continue.
You could probably beat Daniel Bryan's time.
What? Ladies and gentlemen, still to come, it's rookie versus pro. David A-List Otunga won the opportunity to challenge any pro of his choosing. Otunga chose his own pro, R-Truth. That match is next.
Okay, Justin Gabriel for an immunity pass. I would have loved to have had one of these when I was working. Ready, set, go!
Wasn't Matt Striker a teacher?
Yeah, I think.
They give immunity passes to teachers?
Justin Gabriel, again, time to beat, ladies and gentlemen, 136.9. And what Matt was alluding to is the winner of this competition gets immunity next week, which means he can't be eliminated in the first round of eliminations. What do you think of Justin Gabriel and his 5-2 record?
I've been impressed by Justin Gabriel. He's kind of like the Jonas Brothers of the WWE. He's very popular with a lot of the...
The who?
The Jonas Brothers. And there's the time to beat of Heath Slater. You don't know who the Jonas Brothers are?
Yeah, I do.
Sorry, I forgot. I make pop culture references and you go race dinosaurs.
Well, you're the one hanging out with the teeny bopper guys. Nonetheless, Justin Gabriel going to sip down another beverage. Again, 136.9 the time to beat. Right now, Gabriel in good shape, but he's got to get through this part of the competition. And you said earlier, Josh, the hardest part thus far, that Justin Gabriel could be ahead of the curve. Now he's got to make it down the stairs and do the juggling in the ring.
Don't forget, you got to get over the barrier, which Darren Young tripped over a little while ago.
Yeah, after he fell off the ladder and couldn't do the monkey bars. And Justin Gabriel up over the top. That was pretty agile. 30 seconds to go for Gabriel.
4, 3,
one-handed, Cole.
2, 1.
Impressive. And Gabriel going to head now to the baseball bat, Josh's favorite part of the competition. And now he has to
Here we go.
push his equipment case over the line. Can he beat the 136? He's going to shatter it. 128, 129.
A new time. Justin Gabriel is your leader.
That is a big, big performance out of Justin Gabriel.
129 flat, very impressive by the South African Justin Gabriel.
And now it's David A-List Otunga.
David A-List Otunga. Ready, set, go.
So for Otunga, 4 wins, 3 losses.
Look at this.
Here on NXT, but struggling on the monkey bars early. Has to beat a $129 set by Justin Gabriel. Otunga, who has really done it all. He won the Seal the Deal Challenge last week. He won the All-Rookie Battle Royal. He was the host of Monday Night Raw. He's teamed with John Cena. He even met John Cena in a one-on-one match on Raw. Let's see if the Harvard Law degree helps him beat the time of 1 minute 29 seconds set by Justin Gabriel.
He's better be done. This ain't diet.
Hear him yelling, this ain't diet. There's that $295 haircut Otunga's sporting. And here comes Otunga. He's ahead of Gabriel's pace. Came through the curtain at 56 seconds. But he's still got to juggle, use the bat, and then get that equipment case over the line. Little stumble there. 20 seconds to go in order to set the pace.
4, I've got to start over.
That's
5,
going to cost him.
4, 3, 2, 1, come on.
Perhaps dexterity, not his strong suit.
Still an opportunity for David, I don't know.
No, he's not going to do it here, folks. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Otunga is not going to beat Gabriel's time. Justin Gabriel still with the time to beat at 129.
It was a great effort, but Justin Gabriel is still the leader. David, because last week you won the Seal the Deal Challenge, you have a match with your pro, R-Truth, and that match is right now.
So Otunga, no rest for the weary, but nonetheless, Justin Gabriel still with the time to beat here in the Rookie Challenge this week. 1 minute, 29 seconds.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Hollywood, California, weighing 250 pounds, David A-List Otunga.
So Otunga winning the Seal the Deal Challenge last week. Got to pick the pro of his choice to beat here tonight. He took his own. R-Truth.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, WWE Over the Limit is presented by Prince of Persia, The Forgotten Sands, available May 18th on all major consoles, and by Axe Hair. Get some hair action.
Y'all know what time it is. This is part where we crank it up. Let's crank it up. Here we go. People over there, what's up? You feel me? Stand up and say what's up. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? You can get with this, or you can get with that. You better get with this, cause this is Wednesday. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? shout back. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Charleston, South Carolina! What's up?
And this is what's up. R-Truth versus David A-List Otunga. Pro versus rookie here on NXT. And Josh, Otunga's had issues with his pro R-Truth. Remember a couple of weeks ago, Otunga upset that R-Truth didn't help him out in a matchup.
The first thing you have to wonder is how much David Otunga has really absorbed and listened to the advice that Otunga's gotten from his pro R-Truth. I know the Truth has made himself readily available to Otunga, and that was a rookie mistake right there by Otunga.
Remember what R-Truth told Otunga last week? There'll be no handouts in the WWE. You got to work hard for everything you got. Again, first elimination next week here on NXT, ladies and gentlemen. You know, I've talked to many people who say that David Otunga is going to be okay no matter if he gets eliminated or not. He doesn't have to win. He's got a movie star girlfriend. He's already set for the rest of his life. But talking to Otunga, this isn't the case. I mean, he's putting years of work to try to make it here as Otunga looks impressive in the early going against R-Truth. He's taking it to his pro. Can R-Truth get back in it? As David A-List Otunga goes for the cover, hooks the leg and a kick out. Otunga looking good as NXT rolls on. We are back on NXT, and NXT rookie Otunga covering his pro R-Truth and a kick out, and Otunga's looked good throughout this entire matchup.
David Otunga challenged R-Truth to this match last week as a result of Otunga winning the Seal the Deal competition.
I don't know how wise that is to be slapping your pro around. Otunga may have to be talk a little bit about respect.
Well, it's the experience of R-Truth versus the attitude of David Otunga.
Talking earlier, Josh, before the commercial break about Otunga and how important this competition is to him. As you see Otunga with the abdominal stretch locked into R-Truth.
Haven't seen an abdominal stretch in a while. Otunga has it locked in deep, but Truth, beautiful counter.
Great reversal by Truth, and that's how it's done, kid, as R-Truth says. Mentioned before, Otunga coming in tonight with a 4-3 record on NXT, but been very successful. Nice. That's vintage R-Truth, newest member of the Monday Night Raw roster, coming to Monday nights in the draft a couple of weeks ago. And look at R-Truth. Here's the cover. Hook of the leg on Otunga, and he got him.
Here is your winner, R-Truth.
R-Truth to the victory as Otunga falls to 4-4. But were you impressed with Otunga in the matchup versus his pro here tonight?
I was impressed by David Otunga. I was also impressed by the flashy and effective offense of the pro R-Truth. And here's an example of that flash from Truth. So quick is R-Truth. And impactful. And that was the beginning of the end. R-Truth right here. Corkscrew back elbow. Do it.
Maybe Otunga learned something from R-Truth in this matchup here tonight on NXT. That is what Monday Night Raw is getting, a little bit of fun with R-Truth. I can't wait to hang out with R-Truth. What's up? What's up?
You're pathetic.
I'm having fun.
You really are.
Obstacle course continues.
We're done with you. We're going to send it over now, thankfully, to the host of NXT. It's Matt Striker.
Alex Trebek.
Wade Barrett competing for immunity in next week's Elimination NXT. Ready, set, go.
I'll tell you, my opinion, for whatever that's worth, Wade Barrett is, oh, look at this. I was going to just say
start over.
The guy I liked in this competition, but not a good start on the monkey bars. I guess as a bare-knuckle fighter, he didn't spend many time in a monkey bar.
This is also harder for a man the size of Wade Barrett.
What's he complaining about?
Come on, this is for immunity.
Okay.
I guess Barrett doesn't care about immunity.
Our official has disqualified Wade Barrett. The time to beat still belongs to Justin Gabriel. Which rookie is next? Skip Sheffield.
Hey, listen, I have news for Wade Barrett.
Ready, set, go.
This should be good.
Listen, Cole, I have news for Wade Barrett. If you're going to quit in the WWE, you might as well pack it up and leave.
Well, Skip Sheffield with a record of just 1-5, but the thing about Skip, he won the Rock'em Sock'em Challenge a couple of weeks ago. It has really been on a fire, but this could be difficult here. Climbing this ladder for Sheffield, real bulky guy, and trying to use his strength to pull himself up, but at this pace, Gabriel's time to beat of 129 is going to be pretty good.
It's the great thing about this obstacle course. There you see the time to beat of 129 set by Justin Gabriel. This obstacle course really shows your agility, your ability to move around, and it's really done well for Justin Gabriel.
It also shows your resolve as Sheffield goes to the part where you got to drink the beverage. Closing in on 50 seconds. Again, the time to beat 129 as the WWE Universe urges Sheffield on. Wow, that was quick. I think he's probably banged back a few beverages in his day.
Well, most of Skip Sheffield's tweets are about how much food he had during the course of the day, and well, you can see right there that Skip Sheffield can throw him back. Soda, that is.
Yeah, and he has a chance here, folks. 19 seconds to go. He's got to juggle the
5,
balls.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Now he's got to head to the baseball bat. Time is ticking away. 10 seconds to go. Sheffield, 122, 129, time to beat. Sheffield's got to get that crate up over the line. He's got 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Can he get it over? He's not going to do it. Gabriel's time stands up.
Congratulations, Skip Sheffield.
Why is he congratulating him? I lost.
He missed it by 2 seconds. What clock's Matt looking at? Justin Gabriel still with the time to beat. So let's clear this up, ladies and gentlemen. Justin Gabriel still has the time to beat at 1 minute, 29 seconds. Skip Sheffield missed it by 2 seconds.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we still have one more to go. Is that right, Cole? One more by your count? Well, that'll be coming up next. Right here, it's Michael Tarver running the obstacle course.
Will he compete?
Okay, Michael Tarver. Ready, set, go.
Michael Tarver earlier tonight picked up his first victory on NXT, defeating Daniel Bryan. What a night it would be for him if he could somehow win this, but not a good start as he fails on the monkey bars. A lot of the rookies have had problems on the monkey bars.
Perhaps it's the gloves that Tarver's wearing. Monkey bars are slick.
You spend a lot of time in the playground, so you could probably give us an idea.
This
of
is
how
Tuesday.
To do that.
You're talking about Monday. Your partner Jerry the
So
King Lawler.
nonetheless, Tarver trying to hang on here on the monkey bars that he does. But again, he's got to beat 1 minute and 29 seconds, ladies and gentlemen, and does not look like he's going to do that.
Got to give credit to Michael Tarver not giving up, though. Appreciate that.
Well, since
first
he's given up
competition
every other week.
First competition that Tarver's competed in.
Time ticking away, 48 seconds. Time to beat 129, and I don't think Tarver's going to make it to the top of the concourse by the time it runs out.
Well, look, Michael Tarver's not going to win the competition. Call it simple mathematics. But I appreciate the fact that Tarver's still trying. I mean, Wade Barrett quit.
And bear in mind, there's only one person on NXT who has not won a match. That would be Daniel Bryan, who's 0-10, losing to Tarver earlier tonight. Remember, the winner of this competition gets immunity. Will not, I repeat, be eliminated next week here on NXT.
Well, it won't be Michael Tarver winning this competition.
Oh, my Lord. What the? What? That looked like you the other night.
You can do it.
Come on there, Michael. Let's go, the pride of Akron. And I'm not talking about LeBron James.
Can you finish? Can you finish?
Well, will Michael Tarver beat Daniel Bryan's time?
Which is a 245.5.
Disqualified.
Disqualification. Therefore, the winner and immune to the elimination, Justin Gabriel. Justin, how does it feel knowing that your dream is still alive?
Man, I'm pretty stoked. I'm just glad that David Otunga didn't win this one, because man, this guy's getting on my nerves. Hey, newsflash, superstar. Your ego outweighs your talent.
Okay. David, give us a reason why you should not be eliminated next week.
I checked with Nielsen, and it sounds like the ratings are up when my face is on the screen. Yes, that's right. And I think this is a pretty cruel joke, making me come out here and go through this obstacle course and then compete right after that? Come on.
Michael Tarver, who do you think should be eliminated next week?
Me.
What?
Wow.
I should be eliminated next week.
Your dream is to be a WWE superstar, to have a championship match on pay-per-view. How can you say that?
Because if I'm not here, then every last one of these walking dead bodies are safe. Because I'm sick and tired of waiting for a chance to actually prove myself, and I had to beat the crap out of an injured, overrated Daniel Bryan just to do it. And I showed every last, give me this, I showed every last one of you exactly what I'm made of. I am the most dangerous rookie in NXT.
The NXT competition intensifies. Next week, one of these gentlemen will be eliminated. Skip Sheffield, who do you think should go home?
All I know, Matt Strikers, I am the NXT biggest thing. And each and every day, I give it my all for these good people out here. Whether I win or I lose, I am here and I will do whatever it takes to prove myself. But who do I think should be eliminated? That's easy. Michael Tarver, plain and simple. Yup, 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 what it do?
You think I should be eliminated? You think that's funny? I should be eliminated, huh? I should be eliminated? Who have you beat? Who have you beat?
A lot more than you.
Who did you beat?
You haven't done nothing on this.
I haven't done nothing.
I don't need
Ladies and gentlemen, Heath Slater, let's hear your thoughts. Whose dream should be broken next week on the Elimination NXT?
The one thing each and every one of you should know is that the OMRB, Heath Slater, baby, is going nowhere. And Michael Tarver, I'm sorry, pal, but I think you're gone next week.
Hang on a second here. Justin Gabriel, you have immunity. David Otunga?
I'm just telling Justin Gabriel here what would happen if we got in the ring and how he got lucky that my pro didn't want to back me up last time.
Well, why don't we have a match right
Big Wade Barrett. Who do you think should be eliminated next week on NXT?
Well, to be perfectly honest with you, Matt Striker, I think everyone in this building knows it's not going to be Wade Barrett. I'm the only man in this competition. However, I would say that Michael Tarver just requested his release, and to be quite honest with you, I certainly won't miss him.
And finally, ranked #1 in the current pros poll, Daniel Bryan. Who do you think should go home next week on the elimination version of NXT?
To be quite honest, I'm the only guy here who hasn't won a match. And if there's anybody that should be eliminated next week, it should be me.
Wow. Humble yet somewhat confusing. Darren Young, we've yet to hear from you. Who do you think should be eliminated? Who's going home next week, pal?
Well, Matt, if there's a difference between every NXT rookie and myself, is I want it more. I want it more than you. 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 And I sure.
Well, look out. Pressure has gotten to everybody. Young going right after Wade Barrett.
Get off him. Let it go. Come on, you guys. Get up. Get up. Yeah, baby. Get up, baby.
Just sort of understand the emotions running wild here, Josh. I mean, dreams, careers, life goals on the line next week here on NXT.
Well, next week, somebody's going home.
Come on now, don't fight shit.
Next week, the moment of truth. Who will be the first rookie eliminated? The answer's right here next week on NXT.